out there. Maybe that'll work. It doesn't make, it's just, again, an irrational policy. And so this is what we've got to do, and I'll say this in conclusion. We are so close. We are closer than we've ever been, and we're closer than we are on almost any other kind of bill that we don't really pass legislation here. So, if this runs in the Senate, we get more than 40 votes for this, okay? And we are promised that it's going to run next week in the Senate. We will pass this bill in the Senate. We have counted in the House. There's 203 members of the House. We have counted about 160 yes votes. We have enough votes to overwhelmingly pass this. But the leadership, and I'm not being partisan, but the Republicans control the House. The Republican leader controls dictatorially what comes to the floor. That's Mike Turzai. You got to let him know he's got to run this bill. He doesn't have to vote for it, but he's got to run this bill because it's what the people of Pennsylvania deserve. And then it goes to Governor Corbett's office, and you got to lobby him because I know what he told me. But you know, he's changed his mind on some other issues. Okay, recently discovered that gay people are being discriminated against. Who knew? So he's now in favor of the anti-discrimination bill. Okay. And he's changed his mind on some other issues. There's a tough election coming up. And I can't believe a couple days before an election or a couple weeks before an election, you want to be the person standing between sick children and veterans and cancer patients and their medicine. So let's bring this, I'm going to use one of my sports analogies, let's bring this across the goal line. Let us score the run. Let us checkmate. I don't know, I'm running out of sports analogies. Point is this. Do everything you can. Talk to your legislators. Beg them. Meet with them. Talk to Governor Corbett. Talk to his people. Write him. Call him. Whatever it takes. You are the best lobbying organization I have ever seen up here. And we have to bring this home because there's lives at stake. There are people who depend on this. They're all counting on this to do the right thing. Thank you so much, everybody.
Senator Daylin Leach, thank you. One of our heroes as well. Next I have up Senator Mike Fulmer. Another one of our heroes, has been very brave to come out with his Republican stance on this, and we want to give him a big round of applause. Senator Mike Fulmer.
I'm short. I had a bunch of things I wanted to say to you all today, and I have to tell you this. I have never been touched by any particular issue since I've been in Harrisburg like I have been touched by this issue. Ladies and gentlemen, this is about a constitutional right to have safe access to fight for your life. Who agrees with that? I mean, who agrees with that? What we're doing right now in the United States of America is that we are separating cure by a zip code. If you don't live in a particular zip code in a particular area, you cannot have legal safe access. We are making law-abiding sick people criminals simply because they want to live. Simply because they want safe access to an alternative medication that will actually help them. This has to end. Another thing that really gripes me right now, if I hear from one more opponent that we need more research and more time, I'm going to throw up. Because simply speaking is this, and this is a fact, and I learned this from Dr. Jehan Marcoux, who's here today, but I haven't seen him, so if you're around, please check me out afterwards. But anyway, since 1843 to 2014, there have been over 30,000 white papers on the studies of various forms of medical help that cannabis brings to the table. It's not that we need more research, we need more time to read them. Am I right? So listen, you all have done a fantastic job in lobbying this going forward. And it's because of the work that you all have done, we've at this point. We are very, very close. I know it's football season. I got to use this as an analogy. We are in the fourth quarter. We are in a 2-minute warning. The clock is not on our side. I will admit that. But we got the ball. We're controlling the line of scrimmage, and we're moving the ball down the field. Now we have to execute. We have to educate. We can get this done. We're moving it out of the Senate next week. We're going to move it over to the House. So what do we need now? What do we need right now? We want to vote. What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? Let's get this done. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Yes, thank you, Senator Fulmer. Oh my goodness, she always manages to rock my socks. So next up we have a pastor here with us. His name is Pastor Sean, and he is going to come and speak to us, a religious man.